My name is Todd Shirley. I am the Director of School Safety and Student Discipline for the Forsyth County School System. The School Safety and Discipline Department is primarily a support department. We oversee all aspects of school safety from a district level, but also keep in mind that each school has an individual need. School safety takes great pride in our relationship with all local first responders, and we maintain a superior working relationship with each agency. The members of our safety department are Ms. Ola Shadburn, General Support, Mr. Tim Monroe, Assistant Director, Mr. Steve Hahn, School Safety Coordinator, and myself, Todd Shirley, Director. There's actually no typical day in school safety. Things can change in a minute depending on local school issues. We always make an effort to go out to the schools in case there is an issue. To say a typical day in school safety, they just all change every day. A classic example is looking behind us right now. We have storms moving in from the west. We are consistently monitoring those. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, so it is just an unpredictable thing.
My name is Tim Monroe. I'm the Assistant Director of School Safety and Student Discipline. The lockdown code is basically, a lockdown in itself is a restriction of movement for both staff, students, and anyone within a school building. Forsyth County Schools has three types of lockdowns. Those are Code Red, Code Yellow, and what formerly we call the Code Blue is now going to be called a medical lockdown. A Code Red lockdown signals an actual crisis situation is occurring or has already occurred. The school will be fully locked down as far as all exterior doors will be locked, and as well as interior doors of the classrooms. A Code Yellow lockdown represents a potentially dangerous situation exists on or near campus, and the school will initiate a preventive lockdown and high alert status. We often use these for canine searches. And then if everything is operating normally, then what that is called is a Code Green. If it's a Code Yellow or a medical lockdown, students will remain in their classroom, or if in the cafeteria, they'll stay in place. If a Code Red lockdown occurs, the students will remain in their classrooms and take cover where directed by the teacher. If they're with the teacher in a classroom or conference room, they'll need to remain where they are and follow the teacher's directions there. If they're in a hallway near an office, they'll need to report to that office. If a Code Red lockdown occurs and they find themselves in a hallway, far distance from an office, they'll need to step into a classroom if the door hasn't already been locked by the teacher. If that has happened, then they'll need to proceed to the nearest office.
My name is Steve Hahn, and I am the School Safety Manager for Forsyth County School System. In a crisis, students will be reunified in multiple ways. We analyze each situation individually and make decisions based on safety and security. We may reunify our students at their own campus or possibly remove them from their current location to another predetermined location. Decisions on the reunification process will be made at the time of the specific event. The process of reunification involving parents arriving at the reunification site, providing identity, which will then allow the release of their child. The Safety Coordinator Training Program is a 20-hour program. Multiple representatives from each Forsyth County school attend training coordinated by the School Safety Department. The primary purpose of the School Safety Coordinator Training is to introduce our coordinators to our crisis response teams. Our goal is to have our safety coordinators comfortable with interactions involving law enforcement, fire department, or any responding agency. Our safety coordinators will have an understanding of the operations and responsibilities of the response teams on scene at their individual schools.
Stepping back here, you will notice that our tornado alarm buttons are covered by a clear case, as our lockdown buttons are. Our tornado alarm buttons are in white with a red button in the middle, tornado illustrated across the top. You're about to hear the alarm system that will go off with a tornado drill or an actual tornado in place.
Teachers and students, we are currently under a tornado warning. Please move to your designated safe area and assume the shelter-in-place position.
In the event of a real tornado, we would all take shelter in place. The other alarm that you're about to hear is our lockdown button. As you can see, there is a difference between the color of the lockdown button versus the tornado button. The lockdown button, similar to the tornado button, is covered by a clear case, but it is a dark blue with a red button, clearly marked lockdown. Please notice the difference in the sound of the tornado button versus the lockdown button.
Code Red Lockdown. Code red lockdown.
The lockdown button is designed to illustrate a police siren that is different from the tornado audible alarm that is more of a whooping sound. Please know, students and staff, the difference between these two buttons.
Code red lockdown.
In the event of a code red lockdown, the teacher will first admit refuge-seeking students. They'll then lock the door. If the door has a cover over it, they'll make sure that the cover is placed down over the window. The teacher will then place a red colored sheet or placard in the window, either interior or exterior, if there is an issue in the room, letting also the office know via either email or phone call if there's a problem, such as a student missing. The students will then also make sure that they're in place in the classroom. They will try to be in a corner of the classroom away from the interior classroom doors. If the person is on the outside of the building, then they will try to locate away from the exterior windows. The teacher will also place desks or any type of furniture in front of the doorway to prohibit anybody from trying to get in. The teacher should be instructed to not allow anybody in, making sure that the students stay quiet at all times.
I'm Deputy Bell with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office SWAT Team. What I'm talking to you today about is about if there's a crisis incident at your school, what you should expect the response to be from the Sheriff's Office. What you'll see is SWAT team members dressed like myself and deputies from the Sheriff's Office in their normal uniform will come to the school, set up a perimeter around the incident, and then begin to clear the building. As they do this, it's going to be loud, things are going to be moving very quickly. The key thing that you need to do is remain calm and keep your ID available and visible so that we know who to talk to as we direct the building to be cleared in order to finish cordoning the search. We're in a typical classroom in Forsyth County. One thing to note in a lockdown status, the door will be closed, locked, and there'll be a covering over the window. After that's done, move away from the door. That way, you guys are in a secure location of the classroom. Inside a classroom, you are going to be your own help until either another teacher or law enforcement can arrive, clear the building, take the suspect into custody. Your job is to protect yourself and your class as best you can with the tools you have available. Please remember that you're going to need to also close your blinds in this classroom to the outside so that no one can see in. And then protect yourself and your class at all costs. That's your job.
On behalf of the Department of School Safety, we would like to thank you for watching this video. Please remember, in a crisis situation, the most important thing is to remain calm, assess the situation, and make smart and rational decisions. Thank you for your time.